Hello, welcome to Monkey Business. This is Monkey Business for January 4th, 2013. And in today's afternoon coffee newser, we have private sector employment in the U.S. was up 215,000 from November to December 2012, according to payroll processor ADP. Economists surveyed by news organization Reuters had forecast only a gain of 133,000 jobs, although of course it should be expected that some of the figures represented seasonal holiday employment. On the other hand, construction jobs put in a solid showing, with a block of 39,000 employed during the same time period. For more details, just browse the links in the info box. In pharma news, biopharmaceutical company Zalicus, ZLCS, saw its stock rise 7.58% by market close on news that the company will begin the second of two Phase 2 studies with Z160. Z160's intended use would be for the potential treatment of chronic neuropathic pain. Also in pharma news, Eli Lilly, LLY, also closed slightly up. Lilly Chief Financial Officer Derica Rice took part in a morning conference call on January 4th, 2013, saying, "From now through 2014, on an annual basis, we still expect revenue to be at least $20 billion, net income to be at least $3 billion, and operating cash flow to be at least $4 billion. The figures are, of course, based on current expectations, but actual results could differ materially." Lilly is scheduled for a fourth quarter 2012 earnings call on January 29th, 2013 at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with webcast access available at their site for registered users. The company's late-stage pipeline includes 13 potential new medicines in Phase 3 development. More details from the conference call and Lilly webcast information in the info box. And let's just have a quick look at some of the biggest percentage gainers on the New York Stock Exchange by market close for January 4th, 2013. Financial services firm MBIA rose 11.67% to close at 909 amid chatter that it might be closer to reaching a settlement in its lawsuit with Bank of America, that would be BAC. Shares of Harvest Natural Resources, HNR, drew interest after the company announced that it had struck oil in the offshore waters of Gabon, West Africa. Harvest rose 11.29% to close at 10.25. And Krispy Kreme Donuts, KKD, rose 10.51% to close at 11.15, at nearly 6-year high on that one, after it was reported by various media outlets that Longbow research analysts had initiated coverage of the donut manufacturer, rating the stock a buy and setting a target price of $15 per share. Krispy Kreme's been on a bit of a roller coaster ride, at least share price-wise, over the past decade, heading from highs in the $30 to $40 range per share from 2002 to 2004 to sinking to barely $1.25 in 2009, before making slow gains through 2010 and into 2013. Browse the links in the info box for more details on any of these stories. Lastly, a quick tidbit out of Hollywood from the Hollywood Reporter on entertainment giant Walt Disney's 3D dilemma. The gist of it is this. Visual effects studio Digital Domain declared bankruptcy in September 2012. Most of the company's assets were sold, but parent company DDMG still has significant debts and wanted to auction off patents relating to the 2D to 3D conversion process. DDMG acquired those patents when it purchased 3D Stereo Studio In3 in late 2010. What it boils down to is that the auction sale of the patents might affect Disney's ability to create 3D movies without fear of being sued for patent infringement. A bankruptcy judge approved the sale of 3 Digital Domain Media Group patents to 3D technology licensing company RealD, that is RealD, for $5.4 million in December 2012, according to a summary post at NASDAQ and StudioDaily.com. Judge Brendan Shannon of the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Wilmington, Delaware, that's in the U.S., gave the okay to production company Lucasfilm, which Disney acquired in December 2012, to use the technology to convert Halloween flick The Nightmare Before Christmas into 3D. And Disney had previously had an agreement with DDMG in place to use the tech to create a 3D version of their Alice in Wonderland movie. However, Judge Shannon ruled that past agreements to use this technology doesn't authorize Disney to continue to use it in the future, putting plans to convert future movies in development into 3D at risk. Disney's latest move was to file an emergency motion in federal court to stay Judge Shannon's ruling on the sale, and the plot thickens. What?
Ah well, 3D. I don't care. Although one does have to wonder what Disney was doing with itself in December 2012 when a bidder came along to scoop up crucial patents right under their noses for just over $5 million. $5 million? It's like, how do you say, little clams. Especially for a behemoth like Disney. Who doesn't know Disney products? Movies, licensed characters on bathtubs, sippy cups. Ask any small child, if you know any. I don't wish to comment on Disneyland Paris, but it is there. So, if it was so crucial, then what were they doing in December? Looking out a window? And then, oh la la, to belatedly jump up with an emergency filing suddenly in January. The horses, you know, they are out of the barn. All the cows. Whatever they are gone. Ah, lunchtime. Maybe we could do my segment after a delicious lunch. No. What sort of place is this? It's the end of civilization. I'm moving to Moscow.
Thanks, Marcel. More details and background on the story can be found in the link in the info box. And now over to... Hey, where's he going? Tape him to the chair! And now over to Marcel for Nearly News. Take it away, Marcel.
French actor Gérard Depardieu is off to Russia after losing his patience with the prospect of the supertax proposed by French President François Hollande. And you can find that whole story in yesterday's episode right here, if you are not as lazy as me. And now he's going to have company as fellow French actor Brigitte Bardot threatens to pick up stakes and move to Russia as well. If this keeps up, visitors might not even have to decrypt the enigmatic Russian language at all. They can just arrive in Moscow and say to anyone they like, bonjour! And so many native Russians, meanwhile, where are they? In Paris, France! Pfft, no one can make up their minds. Also providing free entertainment to Australian jewel thieves, or would-be jewel thieves, helpfully show us that to be a lifter of shiny things, it's necessary sometimes to have at least a sense of direction. Two men in Australia tried to dig through a wall into a jewelry store, but miscalculated and instead broke through to a local fast food eatery, Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC. Bon appétit. And that's today's Monkey Business for today, January 4, 2013. Take care, folks. It's a jungle out there. Hey, you know, for the buffet today, is there any crème fraîche? No? Any foie gras? No? Any caviar? Any roquefort? Any champagne? Anything? What are we doing here? Camping?